Cable railway station to West Bridgford. Here we go. Just pretend you didn't see me. So this is Bulwell Market. Not far from the railway station. And as we leave Bulwell Market, we enter Highbury Vale. Bit boring this bit, waiting for traffic lights, but I'm sure everyone's aware of how boring traffic lights can be. And away we go. To the left is the Church of St Mary the Virgin and All Souls, a very famous Norman church. And the journey's about 10 to 15 minutes, I believe. It depends on traffic. It's not a busy time of day, but it is in the midweek. So here we have Highbury Vale proper, a little shopping area. Right, you may not be able to see it, that's the Highbury Hospital, Highbury Vale Hospital. Royal Mail van, never know what they're going to do, often jump out in front of you, not nice to see. So this is towards the end of Highbury Vale, we just merge seamlessly into Vernon Road. Again, another little shopping zone here. The Highbury Vale estate to the left. We're on the 69 bus route. And the Basford famous Catcham's Corner pub. Now we're on Vernon Road proper. Small terraced houses to the right and to the left. We're running parallel with the railway line, Nottingham to Mansfield line, the Robin Hood line. Go around this bend, there's a double set of lights. And the railway crossing is at the second set of these lights. The Nottingham famous David's Lane crossings. Now best known for its tram stop. We won't be seeing the tram on this route, but we are running parallel with the tram line just to the right, the other side of the wall. Okay, we have a temporary roadwork situation here. Been causing carnage all week, these lights. And my fellow travellers in front haven't left any space for a car turning right, which potentially could be an issue when someone comes round through the other side. And it's the 69 bus again. I always find these roadwork traffic lights far more boring than your standard traffic lights. I'm not sure why. Oh dear, post office van trying to get out again, always dangerous. There's a mini roundabout here, one of the darkest zebra crossings I know, very difficult to spot and see in both directions. I would be very cautious if I was crossing that one. Now we've turned into Nottingham Road. This is Nottingham Road, Baseford, leading to Sherwood Rise. There's about 10 Nottingham Roads in Nottingham, strangely enough. But this is Nottingham Road, Baseford, and we've now just reached the Nottingham Ring Road. So as we go up Nottingham Road, we have New Baseford to the right and the beginning of Sherwood on the left. As we begin a slow, long climb up Nottingham Road to the top of Sherwood Rise. This guy out. Still on Nottingham Road, some nice big houses along here. Unfortunately no parking, so they're nearly all bed sits now. And as we reach the peak of the hill, Nottingham Road turns to Sherwood Rise. And now we begin our descent towards Gregory Boulevard. to the right hand side we have forest fields, a massive area of small terraced housing, mainly small, and to the left we have what would be classed as Carrington and some rather large houses. And you can hear my daughter voicing her opinion. She would rather live in the big houses to the left. And as we get to the bottom of this hill, there's a very interesting building. To the right, in a few hundred yards, there's a church called the Mansfield Road Church, which is probably 100 or 200 yards away from Mansfield Road. The story being, when the Mansfield Road was being widened, that was a very nifty manoeuvre. When Mansfield Road was being widened, there's the church to the right. The church was in the way of the wider road, so they took the church down brick by brick and rebuilt it 200 yards away in its current location. But it's still called Mansfield Road Baptist Church. And here we have a very strange place. This is where Mansfield Road crosses Forest Road. As you can see, we've got 3 lanes currently. The other side of the lights it turns to 2, and unfortunately there's a bus lane and the bus stop is just after. So even though you're turning left, it's often best to get in the right hand lane of 3. So the parking bus blocks 2 carriageways and the 3rd lane is free to overtake. Bizarre situation. Anyway, we've turned left now onto Huntingdon Street. And as we get further down here, we're approaching the city centre, which is on the right. And we have St Anne's on the left. The St Anne's Inner City Estate. The city centre is to our right. The Victoria Centre, the shopping centre, and the Victoria Centre flats built on top of the mall, the shopping centre. As we continue our way down Huntingdon Street, soon to turn into Parliament Street. Wanting to turn right but doesn't know where to turn right. Tried to go up, no entry there. I think it went into the wrong lane as well, facing oncoming traffic. So we're on Parliament Street now. As we're approaching the Motorpoint Arena, big concert venue, gig venue, and the Ice Stadium to the right, the turn for Sneinton and Carlton to the left, heading east as we continue. Heading towards London Road, Island. BioCity and the BBC to the left here. We head south from the city towards the world famous Trent Bridge. Going over the railway bridge, the Nottingham train station is to the right. The old train station no longer in action to the left. And we're going up parallel now with the canal, which links the River Trent to the city centre and then back to the River Trent. That's the canal. To the left, the other side of the canal, is the world famous oldest football league club in the world, Notts County. That was until last year when they got relegated and they're no longer in the football league. So now the oldest football league club in the country or in the world is Nottingham Forest, which is the other side of the river. And we'll pass their ground shortly. European Cup winners 2 years running, 79 and 80. Everyone knows about that. And we're on the final approach to Trent Bridge. A lot of roads converging here and diverging on the other side of the bridge. Here we are on the Trent Bridge going over the River Trent. To the left is the Nottingham Forest football ground, and straight ahead is the Nottinghamshire cricket ground, the famous Trent Bridge, home of test matches. And the world-renowned Trent Bridge Inn, now a Wetherspoons, one of the best Wetherspoons I've ever been in. And we turn left now towards West Bridgford. Past the cricket ground to the left, done a 180 round the cricket ground, and we're in the suburbs of West Bridgford, and incidentally are no longer in the city of Nottingham. We're in the Shire County of Nottingham. And as we continue, pull in as we approach West Bridgford town centre. We'll pull into the car park, and that's the end of the journey. Okay, out you get.